Have you ever walked into your home after a long day, closed the door, and immediately noticed that the room did not smell exactly dirty, but it did not really smell clean either? And the first reflex for many Americans is to reach for an air freshener spray plug in an air freshener or place a scented gel container in the corner to cover the smell. The kitchen just fried bacon this morning. The living room smells like the dog lying on the carpet. The small bathroom has no window. The closet smells damp after winter. The laundry room smells like wet towels left overnight. And so you spray another layer of fresh linen ocean breeze or spring rain into the air. For a few minutes, the room seems better, but then the old smell comes back. So you spray again. And after a few weeks, the house no longer smells truly clean. It smells like a bad odor wearing a cheap perfume jacket. This is what many American families do not notice. Air fresheners usually do not fix the odor problem. They only make that problem smell more pleasant for a short time. A room that smells like a trash can does not become cleaner because you spray a floral scent over it. A sofa that smells like pets does not magically become clean because you plug in a scent device beside the outlet. A damp bathroom does not become drier because a scented gel sits behind the toilet. And a laundry room that smells like sour towels does not need more lavender scent. It needs the thing causing the odor to be dealt with. People in the past understood this very well before every home had an entire shelf of scent products. They did not try to turn bad smells into good smells. They tried to pull odors out of the space, or at least weaken them right at the source. And one of the cheapest, simplest, least flashy old methods is placing a small open bowl of baking soda near the place where the odor starts. Not an electric device, not a strong-smelling spray, not a product that needs a replacement refill every month. Just a few spoonfuls of baking soda in a shallow bowl, a wide-mouthed jar, or a small open container placed in the right spot. In the United States, a large box of baking soda is usually very cheap, and a few spoonfuls used in one corner of a room may cost only a few dozen cents. That is why this trick can be called a 50-cent method. Not because it makes every home smell like a hotel, but because it does something smarter. It does not try to beat bad odor with a stronger smell. It helps reduce odor by working on odor molecules floating in the air and lingering near the source. Imagine a rented apartment in Chicago during winter. The windows are closed because it is too cold outside. The small kitchen connects directly to the living room. Last night you cooked fish, this morning you made coffee, and in the afternoon you took out the trash, but the trash can still smells. Many people would spray air freshener in the middle of the room, walk around once and think the apartment is cleaner, but that fragrance only floats on the surface. The old way asks a different question: where is the smell coming from? If the smell comes from the trash can, wash the trash can. If it comes from old food, remove the source. If it comes from the cabinet under the sink, check for leaks. After that, place a small bowl of baking soda near that area to absorb some of the remaining odor. It is not pretty. It does not have glowing lights. It does not make your apartment smell like an artificial pine forest. But it does something many air fresheners do not do. It does not cover odor with a new layer of fragrance. It quietly weakens the old smell. Imagine a family living in a suburban house in Ohio with a large dog that often lies on the living room carpet. Whenever guests are about to come over, many people will quickly spray the room light a scented candle, or plug in another air freshener beside the sofa. For the first 5 minutes, everything seems fine. But if the carpet still has dog hair, if the blanket on the sofa has not been washed, and if the air in the house is not moving, the pet smell is still there. The old way does not begin with fragrance. It begins by cleaning the source of the smell. Vacuum the carpet, wash the blanket, open the window when the weather allows. Then place a small bowl of baking soda near the sofa area or under a side table where children or pets cannot knock it over. It does not create an instant wow feeling like an air freshener spray, but a few hours later, the room may feel less heavy with odor, less covered by artificial fragrance, and the feeling of clean may become more real. Here is the important point. Truly clean usually does not smell too strong. Truly clean is often just lighter air fabric that holds less odor and a room that no longer feels stuffy. A very strong fragrance, on the other hand, can sometimes be a sign that you are covering something up. In a small bathroom in an American apartment, this trick becomes even more practical. Many rental bathrooms have no window, a weak exhaust fan, damp towels hanging too long, and a small trash can beside the sink. If you place scented gel in there, it may make the room smell sweeter, but the moisture is still there. The damp towel smell is still there. The trash smell is still there. A better approach is to let towels dry, take out the trash regularly, clean around the toilet, and sink run the fan after showering, and then place a small bowl of baking soda in a dry corner away from splashing water. Every few weeks, throw out the old baking soda and replace it with fresh baking soda. It does not need to be complicated. You do not need to add essential oils if you do not want to. You do not need to buy expensive scented beads. A thin layer of baking soda in a shallow bowl is usually more effective than a tall pile of powder in a deep jar because more surface area touches the air. This is a small detail practical people understand quickly. Using more is not always better. Placing it correctly and letting it contact the air is what matters. The same is true in the laundry room. If the room smells like damp towels, do not just spray fragrance. Check whether the washing machine is being closed while still damp. Check whether towels were left in the machine overnight. Look at the wet laundry basket, the rubber gasket on a front-load washer, and the drain area. After that, a bowl of baking soda can help reduce the remaining odor in that small space. But it does not replace cleaning the washing machine. It does not fix mold. It does not absorb all odors from a long-term moisture problem. And this is where many household tips on the internet get exaggerated. Baking soda is not magic. It does not make a moldy room safe. It does not fix a water leak behind a wall. It does not replace ventilation. It does not clean pet waste out of carpet. If your home smells like gas, strong sewer odor, clear mold, lingering smoke, or a dead animal in the wall, do not place a bowl of baking soda and pretend the problem is solved. Those situations need a real inspection. The old way does not mean ignoring safety. The old way means knowing the difference between light everyday household odors and bigger problems that must be handled at the source. But for common smells in American homes, trash can odor, shoe cabinet odor, under-sink cabinet odor, small bathroom odor, closet odor, or car odor. After carrying takeout food, a bowl of baking soda placed correctly can be one of the cheapest and most reasonable tricks. All you need is a small bowl, a few spoonfuls of baking soda, and a dry, open, safe spot near the source of the smell, but away from children and pets. Place it in the shoe cabinet near the entryway. Place a small bowl under the sink after checking that there are no leaks. Place an open container in a stuffy closet. Place a bowl in the laundry room after dealing with damp towels. Place a small cup in the car overnight after removing all food bags. After some time, if the powder clumps collects dust or stops working, throw it away. Do not reuse it for cooking. Do not scatter it randomly on every surface without checking the material. Do not place it where it can spill into outlets, machine gaps, or places where pets can play with it. The simpler something is, the more important it is to use it correctly. Now let's talk about money, because this is a very real part of American life today. One bottle of air freshener does not bankrupt anyone. A plug-in is not too expensive the first time you buy it either, but then you buy replacement refills. You buy new scents. You buy more scented candles. You buy more deodorizing gel. You buy products for the bathroom, products for the car, products for the closet, and products for the trash can. Each thing costs only a few dollars, but together they become a habit. Every time the house has an odor, you buy another scent to cover it. You go to Target intending to buy only toilet paper, and you come home with an air freshener spray, a scented candle, closet scent bags, and a box of plug-in refills. Not because you are wasteful, but because these products are designed to make you believe a clean home must have a clear, noticeable fragrance. But people in the past often thought differently. A clean home does not necessarily need to smell like flowers. A clean home means there is no dirty trash can, no damp towel left behind, no odor trapped in the carpet, no stale closet, and no stagnant air. Fragrance is the decoration. Removing the source of the smell is the part that actually matters. And that is why this 50-cent method is worth remembering. It is not flashy. It does not sell you an emotion. It does not create a dramatic before and after moment, but it forces you to slow down a little and ask the right question. Am I cleaning the smell, or am I only covering it? If you want to try it, start in one small place. Do not place it all over the house at first. Choose an area with a light but noticeable odor. A shoe cabinet, small bathroom cabinet under the sink, laundry room, or near the trash can after you have washed the can. Put a few spoonfuls of baking soda into a shallow bowl. Place it in a dry, open, safe spot. Leave it for a few days and observe. If the smell decreases, you have found a cheap way to help freshen the air in your home. If the smell does not decrease, that is actually useful information because it tells you the problem is not in the air. It is in a source that has not been handled. It may be moisture. It may be grime. It may be fabric that needs washing. It may be a trash can that needs cleaning. It may be poor ventilation. And when you know that you no longer buy products blindly, you start to understand your home. This is the spirit of old ways that work. It is not about fighting everything modern. It is not about saying no one is allowed to use scented candles or air fresheners. If you like fragrance, use it, but do not let fragrance replace observation. Do not let a spray make you forget to open a window. Do not let a plug-in make you ignore damp towels. Do not let lavender scent convince you that a stuffy room has been fixed, because sometimes what makes your home feel better is not a new smell. It is reducing the old smell. And sometimes the cheapest way is the most honest way. A small bowl, a few spoonfuls of baking soda placed in the right spot, replaced at the right time, and an old habit that many families once understood very well. Old knowledge didn't disappear because it stopped working. It disappeared because modern life made us stop looking. The old way was not primitive. It was practical. And before you buy another bottle of air freshener, try asking, does this room need to smell stronger, or does the odor need to be handled at the source? Old ways that work.